My lawn needs to be mowed, so I'm gonna melt this wheel and this hole. Before anyone complains that I ruined a wheel for a video, this wheel tried to kill me. These nearly invisible cracks formed silently, so they may have been cracked for thousands of miles. That was a lot louder than I expected. This wheel deserves everything I'm going to do to it. The marking says it's a Saki 255, but that brand doesn't publish the exact alloy. I even asked the local junkyard to use their XRF gun to measure it. One little problem, they don't have one. But they said the sculpture professor at the local college probably would. Of course, I picked finals week to call him. So, until I get this scanned, this is officially Mystery Wheel Aluminum. Comment below if you think I swing a sledgehammer wrong. I'm missing a couple spokes. I'll be right back. The goal is to make pieces small enough to sit safely inside the crucible without sticking out too far. The barrel won this round. The hub and spokes are the recognizable part anyway, and this was already plenty for one melt. This thing's actually held up pretty well. Wow, okay. This is still the same terrible furnace idea from the last video. A stove burner in the ground, a crucible on top, and a controller trying to make it civilized. The controller ramps the furnace up instead of just slamming it with full power. If there's any water inside the furnace walls or crucible, this lets it evaporate calmly. I don't have a backup crucible of this size to blow up again. At this point, the first wheel chunks had collapsed into a puddle. That means the cracked wheel is no longer a wheel. I'm finally safe. The good news is that once there's molten aluminum in the crucible, the next pieces melt a lot faster. The bad news is that the wheel aluminum is dirty scrap, so every addition brings more paint, oxide, and mystery junk to skim off the top. Anything that might touch molten aluminum needs to be preheated. Water turns to steam extremely fast, and if that steam forms under molten metal, it can spray aluminum out of the crucible. So even if a part looks dry, I want to heat it before it gets anywhere near the melt. I usually just heat it until the part stops condensing water from the torch. I added vermiculite around the furnace to give a good, dry, safe area to pour. It is now a very inconvenient liquid with paint, oxide, and road grime floating on top. The cupcake tin needs to be preheated as well because this pan is about to touch liquid aluminum around 1000 degrees hotter than your grandma's blueberry muffins. This first pour is exactly why you do not fill a crucible to the top. A conservative rule of thumb is to leave about 1/3 of the crucible empty, so there is room for movement, slag, and a controlled pour. I did not give myself enough margin here, and the first cupcake nearly became a yard decoration. The video's not over yet, but you should definitely check out the video on how I built these tongs. The camera doesn't really capture it, but in person the surface looks like liquid chrome sitting under red heat. It is one of the best looking things this dumb furnace has produced. I wish the camera could pick up the glow and the shine combination. You can only see it in real life. It's incredible. I really should have mowed today. By the end, the furnace had done its thing. A cracked car wheel went into the hole, and aluminum cupcakes came back out. They are not a certified alloy, but it will cast 1,000 times better than any pop cans. So the dirt furnace can melt the hub and spokes from a cracked socky wheel. Until I get it scanned, these are officially mystery alloy cupcakes. Next question, do I melt the rest of the wheel, test charcoal, test propane, or finally build the DIY furnace?
What, Sophie?